Okay, let's get started by putting something on my lips, kind of combining favourites and a get ready with me and a sort of end of year wrap up. So there will be a second kind of video like that coming the following week. So one of my favourites for this year and probably last as well is the Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour Cream. So I've been using this one, but they do it in a mini size as well. I'll have linked that down below. Big fave for keeping the lips moist in the colder months. Then another thing that I've been loving, and I've kind of been getting compliments on my skin and saying that it's glowing. I personally haven't noticed it, but I have been using the Pixi Glow Tonic as like an exfoliating toner. And normally I would take this on a cotton round, but as I am out, I'm just gonna put it on my hands and just sort of spread it around. It's a bit strong, I would say, and I think it's got like citric acid in it, which I'm normally allergic to, but I think my skin has actually gotten used to it. But it's got some sort of citrus type ingredient in it, but my skin has gotten used to it. I used to have to follow it up with like a cucumber, like soothing toner, but not anymore. So I've been loving that. And then because I don't really like to put oils on my face because I have very oily skin, I have been really liking aloe vera. It's supposedly got lots of like natural healing properties in it, but I've also just been putting it on my face. I got this one just from like a drugstore in Thailand. It's really quick in terms of like absorbing into the skin. So I just take a little, shake it down, take a little pea-sized blob on my hands. You might be a bit able to see that. And then once the exfoliator dries in, I just sort of rub it into the skin. Try not to drag because, you know, that eventually will speed up the course of aging. We don't want that, do we? So that's skincare wise what I've been loving. Another thing that I've really been loving is this hand cream. It's just a Nivea refreshingly soft moisturizing cream, but keeps my hands nice and moisturized for long. And because I don't want to come on here with dry ashy hands, I thought, let me save you guys having to look at that. Hair care, just wanted to share with you something I've been loving for my natural hair underneath here. So I've always raved about this on my channel. It's kind of like a hair pomade cream. It's T444Z. It's got so many good ingredients in it. It's got shea butter, aloe vera callus extract, papaya fruit extract, camellia, matricia oil, German chamomile, carrot oil extract, castor oil, geranium oil, Roman chamomile, rose oil, rosemary oil and peppermint oil. So when you put it on your scalp, you can kind of feel it breathing, and I think that's probably the peppermint oil. But it's hair food, and it's really like made my hair grow a lot. You're supposed to use it 2 to 3 times a week for like damaged hair, but yeah, I kind of just use it on my scalp and then I use it to seal the ends of my hair. Speaking of hair, been loving the lock method, which for those of you that are unfamiliar with it is putting a liquid in your hair, so just spraying water just to dampen it a bit, then using an oil. So I would normally go in with like a coconut oil and then a cream to seal it. So I've been going in with this and absolutely loving it. So I guess we can get on to makeup. As you guys know, I am a big fan of Milk of Magnesia as an oil control method. So I just get this one from Boots. It's the Philips brand. Always shake well before use. Let me put my hair back. Crazy how the last 10 years have flown. It's definitely been a season of learning. A lot has happened in this decade for me, but all for the greater good. So there have been lessons, there have been ups, downs, all of it, everything you would have kind of expect in a 10-year period. So I will be very happy to close out this one and step into the next one, because I think everybody always has a good feeling about the turning of a new year or decade, but I just think 2020, I don't know, it just sounds like it's going to be great. I guess having 2020 vision is like having like really perfect vision. Look at me dragging my skin after I've just said don't drag. The idea of, you know, your vision being very clear, or the clearest it's ever been, at its optimum almost, and you've just sort of been able to just smash everything that you've set out to do. So I really hope that is the case for everybody. What are my plans for 2020? Before I tell you of my plans, let me tell you about something else I've been loving. I haven't used it in a while, because as you can very clearly see. I've been loving this Alure Dye Brow Kit. It's like a semi-permanent dye for your brows. I use it in black just to like tint my brows, but I've also been tinting my lashes to make them look longer. And I've also been using that T444Z hair food in my brows and in my lashes. I've noticed some growth in my lashes, but I think I need to use it for a little bit longer to sort of see the effects of that. So been loving that. Makeup wise, let's just kind of get onto it as we delve into the topic of some of the things I'm trying to achieve next year. I'd say number one on my list is to get back on the property ladder by myself. If not by myself, then sort of with family or whatever, but just have a property that is in my name that I inhabit. Because so I just used the Benefit Professional Primer. It's like a little mini one, which I think is really cute. Getting back on the property ladder, it's got to happen next year, or at least in this decade. But I'm speaking into existence for 2020. It's doable. It's so doable. And on that note, I'm actually, career update, I am moving back into permanent employment just to make that a smoother process. I'm not going to kind of talk you guys through the products unless they're like new favorites. So if you want to see what I use, this is just my everyday look. I've got a video that I just did on this that was up before the last one, so I will link it below, or probably have it as the end card on this video. If I can cross that off in 2020, then I will be the happiest girl on this earth. And it's possible, it's so possible, because some of the places that I'm looking at are not crazy expensive, but sometimes, you know, when you've built up something to be so big in your mind, it will always appear that way. So what I've been trying to do is just alter kind of how I talk to myself about it and speak to myself as if it's a given, because it is a given. I've done it before, people have done it by themselves, so it's absolutely doable. So I'm just kind of changing the way that I tell that story in my head, kind of stripping away the complexity of it all and just making it part of my 2020 vision, you know? So I'm seeing very clearly about that. I'm not going to speak too much on it because I'm also in a headspace where I don't want to speak too much on what I'm doing before I do it, but you are long-time subscribers of my channel, you'll probably know that about me anyway. New favourite of mine this year has been my Hourglass foundation. Sorry, I'm just wetting my beauty blender with a makeup wipe because I can't be bothered to run to the sink. I had used Hourglass foundation before, like, oh god, maybe right when I started my channel. I sort of tested its wear like throughout the day, and this was before I had discovered Milk of Magnesia. But I think what I really loved about it was the colour match. They've got a really wide colour selection, which for a brown skin girl is always a plus. It looks very red, but I will neutralise it a little bit more when I do concealer and all that jazz. So don't worry, don't be alarmed. This is in the shade Chestnut. I'll tell you what I am loving. These like sit down chatty get ready with me videos, just because you can kind of knock off a few video ideas in one. I can chat to you, you guys can get to know me a little bit if you're new here. And yeah, it's quite therapeutic to film and to watch, so I'm loving that, and very easy to edit as well, so we are a fan. NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amande. I've misplaced my Estee Lauder concealer, which I'm gutted about because it was kind of what I used to highlight. I really wasn't planning on doing a full face of makeup, but I guess after this I am going to do some returns and do some Christmas food shopping, as I am taking some of the dishes to my mum's house. On my list this year is Dauphinoise potatoes, which is basically just a fancy way of saying cheesy potatoes cut into slices and baked in the oven, and Pigs in Blankets, which for my American viewers is basically little cocktail sausages wrapped in bacon. Name a better combo. And then also, what else am I doing? Stuffing. Pretty easy bits, but it will sort of add to everything that my mum is cooking. The other thing I want for 2020, and just I guess the next decade in general, is growth on my channel. And I was having a really good conversation about sort of stepping out of my comfort zone as far as how I promote myself, my channel, my videos, and how I approach this whole world of YouTube. Like, I've always held back on like overly pushing for promo or collaborations, or really kind of just getting my name out there in general, and I've always sort of banked on the content to speak for itself, which I think it does. I think I create good content, but people have to see it. So very much more open to switching things up in terms of my video style, my editing style, and connecting with more people on here, on Instagram, any other platform that I'm on. So with that being said, do come follow me over on Instagram. It's at Nadreen K. It's the same on Twitter and Snapchat. In this same conversation, I was also deliberating about whether or not I change my channel name. It's a tricky one because I'm at Nadreen K now on all of my other socials, but I'm Style with Substance on YouTube. While I am not sort of in a huge rush to kind of rebrand here on YouTube, I do want consistency. I think that's important. But at the same time, I've kind of built up a decent following with Style with Substance, or a decent like name for myself. Organic search ranking for Style with Substance is pretty good, so I don't want to mess with that just yet. So I think when I hit 100k, which is my next big goal, that will be probably one of the first things I do, will just be to change my channel name. So I want people to know what my name is now that I've established that this is something that I enjoy doing and that I'm happy for people to find out about, because that was the original reasoning. I kind of wanted to go for something that people I knew couldn't discover, just in case I didn't do it for too much longer. Contouring, cream contouring with my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW58. When we hit 100k, we switch to Nadreen K. Love the ring to that. But for now, it's going to be Style with Substance all the way to 100. I guess what I'm saying is, if you guys have been subscribed here for a while and you have been enjoying the content, I'd love to encourage you to share. If you watch a video that you really like, particularly some of my haul videos, I know they tend to do quite well, share it with your friends. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, repost, retweet, all the help I can get really. Because 100,000 is no small feat, but I know I've got the goods to hit that milestone. So if you guys are willing to support me and come with me on this journey, then I know that I can deliver even better content. You need people, you need support, and I think that's always been my issue. Like, I've always wanted to try and do things by myself because I hate being dependent on others. Some roads you have to travel alone, but you know, some destinations are just easier to get to with the help of others. I don't think that you guys would be averse to helping me do that. So how can you help? Comment on the videos, like them, watch them, turn on your post notifications so you find out about them, because sometimes YouTube doesn't always push videos into the subscription feed, and I feel like my channel must suffer from that, because considering the number of subscribers I've got, sometimes the engagement on a video doesn't always match up. So while I figure that out and get to the bottom of it, it would be great if you guys, you want to see the videos, turn on that, hit the bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. I'd be curious to know what you guys' #1 goal is for next year. One of mine is to also trim down a little bit, because having been off work for a while, I have been enjoying myself, rightly so. But kind of not commuting every day does make it harder to shift all of the weight that I've been eating in McDonald's. And not a lot of McDonald's. I really only do McDonald's breakfast like that. I know commuting will help me shift some of that, but what I want to do is walk more. I've stopped lying to myself about the gym. Like, that's one of the things I'm giving up in 2020. Pretending that I'm the kind of person that a gym membership works well for. It only works well for about 2-3 weeks, and then I fall off the train and I never get back on it, which is what I've always done. So walking more is what I'm going to do. I enjoy walking. It's outside, so you've got the scenery. Take my phone with me and put my AirPods in so I can listen to music while I do it, or podcasts. That's kind of how I'm going to lose weight. I'd be interested to hear, what's your #1 goal for the next decade and then like this coming year, 2020? I suppose a lot of the time when we're goal setting, it's little steps to getting to a certain stage in your life. So I guess the reason why I want to buy a house is because I want an investment for myself, and you know, should I continue on my legacy by having a family, then I would want that to be part of something that they would take on, inherit, you know what I mean? I guess I'm at that stage in my life where I'm really thinking about my future, maybe my children's future. On that topic, children, love them, other people's at the moment. It's kind of been something that I've battled with uncertainty on for years, from when I was a young girl, and I really wanted to nail that, and I kind of think I have, in a way. I will never hear about having kids and think, oh my god, that's amazing, it's what I've always wanted to do, because it's bloody hard. People I know who are doing it, a lot of my friends who are doing it, have been very honest with me, and I appreciate them for that, in letting me know like just how much of a task it is. It's not something that you should ever consider lightly or take lightly. You are bringing a new life into this world, and you are having a severe impact on their quality of life just by how you are as a parent and how they will go on to be. So it's not something that I've ever really been keen on doing, because to be honest, it sounds like a lot of hard work, and it looks like a lot of hard work as well. A lot of people, especially online, have gotten very good at painting one side of the picture, and I'm not saying that that's something that they're doing intentionally, but obviously we come online to most people anyway share the highs. So it's been something I've struggled with. I've not really known if it's something that I would ever do, like have kids. This year, one of the things I really wanted to do was to figure that out, make sure that if I did have kids, I did it because it was something I wanted to do, and not because I felt like there was an expectation from society that I had to do it. So I am in a good space with it, where I don't 100% know if it will happen in my life, but what I do know now is that should I choose to do it, it would be with somebody who I am committed to being with, and basically tackling that together. So whether that means marriage, I don't know at this point, because that's another one I'm not 100% sure on. But I tell you what I don't want to do is raise a child where I don't feel like I have the support of the person that I brought them into this world with. And you know, just to kind of be frank, like if I don't ever settle down with a man in that way, then I don't want to have kids, to be honest. If I decide to do it, it has to be with somebody who I think is going to be a good role model, a good nurturer, who's going to give a child everything that a child deserves in life, which is a solid foundation, love, security, protection. In short, there is a part of me that does want kids, and I see more of that part of me the older I get and the more I interact with like my friends' kids and stuff. But the part of me that is like, whoa, that's a lot of work, is still very much alive and kicking. But it's just nice to know that I have it in me, should I ever decide that that's a road I want to go down. So I'm happy that I finally come to that realization. To be honest, the next few years are really about achieving goals that are solely for me. Traveling, I guess, elevating myself in from a business standpoint. So when I say business, you know, I'm really talking about anything that can spiral out of having a following online, or like my YouTube channel. The next few years, I guess definitely the first half of the next decade will really be about me, putting myself in a position that I am comfortable and I'm secure, and then I can start to think about bringing other people into that equation. One thing I've fallen in love with again is this Morphe palette, the Morphe 35C palette, And one thing I want to do more in 2020 is explore colour with my makeup looks on here. As you can see, I've just been all in the top row, so all of the browns and the blacks, but I want to get down here. So if you're up for more get ready with me, chatty get ready with me, then let me know and we're going to get into the bottom 3 rows. I've been experimenting with colour in terms of my fashion choices and my outfit choices, so there is absolutely no reason why I can't do that on my eyelids. I have huge Ugandan eyelids and they were made for shadows, so I do want to play with colour a little bit more. But I'm so grateful for this palette actually. I think I must have ordered it online a little while ago, but I've barely even scratched the surface of what I could do with this. So yeah, for my everyday look I think I'll just keep it simple, especially for work and stuff, which I'm also really grateful. Like, I get to start a new job in the new year. There's nothing like that. I love a fresh start, so it's just highly ideal for me. I'm looking forward to like getting stuck into digital content at work and at home. I really just want to be one of those people that says that they truly love what they do and they don't need to take holidays. The holidays are also good. And I encourage people to take time out, take time off. The other newbie that I've got, and I'm going to shout out my friend Shamim, she's like a sister, who got me this lovely YSL Duo. So it is the Volume Effect mascara, which I haven't actually used yet, but the wand sort of looks like that. It's a nice thick wand. And thank her for getting me into a red lip with this gorgeous red lippy, and it is the Rouge Pour Couture. And I even said to her today, like, thank you so much for this. Like, I've been walking around last few days, it's been red lipped. You'd think I've been kissing couture baboon ass the amount of times I've worn this. So thank you, Shameen, and sorry to everybody out there who's gonna have to see me look like this for the next decade. I'm a red lip girl now. And you know what a bloody waste. Like, people are paying for lip surgeries and I've got these lips sat here and I'm not doing anything with them. So in 2020 we're piling the products onto these lips. I'm telling you, you're gonna be sick of me. So I'm just sharpening my NYX lip pencil. I didn't know how to wear red lipstick before, but it's imperative, particularly if you've got lips that don't have like a defined outer line, that you line your lips. So for me that colour is brown, and I sort of underline, not overline, because then it doesn't look too crazy for me, because red is quite a bright colour, more than I'm used to, so I don't want my lips to look crazy big and then the red is like very bright and it's just all a bit much. And then we go in with this gorgeous red. It takes the right red, by the way. If you're very scared of doing a red lip, it's just about finding your right shade, and this is the perfect shade for me. I've done that and it still doesn't look too defined, so especially because I've like rubbed my lips together. Alright, so I go back in with the pencil, bring that shape back, and then I drag down my Cupid's bow again. And the thing with red lips is it's all about the outline. You don't want it to bleed into the rest of your makeup. I'm just taking the concealer and just going around the edge. So I've also been just still in love with my Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. I won't put that on today because we're doing a red lip, not a gloss lip, but I've been putting that over everything. I'm gonna try this YSL mascara, but she also very kindly gifted me my second Naked palette. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So it looks like that, and it's just brown girl friendly tones. Like, look at those. The lids are gonna be popping this next decade, absolutely. In fact, let me go in with this brown shade here and break the palette virginity. It's time. Let me pop this cherry with this lovely shade here. It's called Ashes. This shade here. It's kind of coming off a bit more reddish, but it's not, I can assure you. So I'm just gonna go into the crease and just deepen that up a bit. Probably won't be able to see it over the black, but that's fine. It's the crease shade that I didn't know what I was looking for. Yes, I am going to be snatched for the post office and for the supermarket. Thank you, Shameen. Mascara. So I've been using this, I've been using a lot of Revlon products this year and loving them. So one thing that's Revlon is this mascara, which is their all-in-one, ultimate all-in-one mascara. But I just love the wand on this because I am a small eyelash girl. There you go. So I do that to kind of separate my little sorry, excuses for lashes. And then I'll kind of go in with a couple of other ones to just thicken. And when you have not the longest eyelashes, you sort of learn the techniques for getting them to actually show up. So let's just get all the Revlon products out there. The other Revlon products I'm loving are my lashes, which look like this. They just kind of came in a Revlon multi-pack actually. I'm not wearing them today because that's too much. Loving them because the pack was like £3 and there was like I think it was like 5 pairs. So I think that's a bargain. And then the other thing I'm loving is the Revlon Color Charge nail polish, which is what I've been wearing on my hands this festive season, and it's in the shade, it's just like a true red. We're growing lashes in 2020. We're growing lashes, we're growing brows, we're growing hair. So I'm going to be buying some hair, skin and nails vitamins, which is probably just like a biotin supplement, and going in with the T444Z on anywhere that I want to grow this hair. I'll tell you another thing that I want to explore next decade: hair removal, laser hair removal or waxing, because I am tired. I'm tired of razor bumps and I'm ready for smooth skin. Sugar waxing is quite popular at the moment, so I might give that a go. So that's the first mascara I use. Then I go in with the Rimmel London Wonderluxe Volume Mascara. And this has got also a nice wand, like one of those thin wands. So I just do this for Megalux Volume, but it's very suited for just the small little lashes that you want to be able to catch. I've realised that even people with like long eyelashes naturally going with at least 2-3 coats, and I was thinking that I could get my little feathers to show just with one. But my ultimate drugstore mascara favourite will always be L'Oreal Telescopic for people with small lashes. Like, it will never fail you. So let's give this YSL one a try. The packaging is everything. It's giving me rich bitch vibes, which is everything that I'm trying to channel in 2020. Are we all not, girls? and guys, let's not forget the fellas. All 2% of you. I acknowledge you. Oh, it's quite thickening, you know. This is a nice finisher. So that's my trio. That's my mascara trio. No, I actually look like I have lashes. This is crazy. And it's funny. I'm catfishing all of you today. Wow. Oh, we like this. Right, so hair. You've seen me wearing a wig and you've really liked it. In 2019, it's been this one. The hair quality is just A1. These are glueless wigs, so you can glue them down, but they use the elastic band method to kind of secure them. I thought I was going to go light at some point in the summer, but dark hair, like jet black hair, especially with this red lip now, is all I'm loving for this new season. It just falls so nicely, like it's glossy, it has a nice shine to it. Perfecto. Come and follow me on Instagram, because I will have posted a selfie with this look on my page, and I will have tagged them so you can find them on Instagram. They are UK based, but they do pop-up shops in the US as well, so if you follow their page you'll know exactly where they are going to be. So the next few items were Christmas presents. So I got a Lancome La Vie Belle gift set, which comes with the sort of main perfume. Look at the packaging on this. The Eau de Parfum. They give you a little mini one as well for the handbag, and then it comes with a hand cream too. So you know me, I'm always about excess, so I will go in with the hand cream for my hands. And I think scents are about layering, and I think that's what these gift sets are designed to do. And then I'll go in with a nice spritz from the main bottle. Kind of also use it as a hair mist as well, because you know, if you smell nice, you want your hair to smell nice as as well. And then I go in with this on like, oh, my pulse points. And it's got a nice little pipette, so you can kind of put it on your neck as well. But it's just so, if you want to smell sweet and feminine, something that's not overpowering but that has good staying power, then this is a really good one. The other thing I got was very much in line with my goals for next year. It is Think and Grow Rich for Women, Using Your Power to Create Success and Significance. It's by Sharon Lecter, authorized by the Napoleon Hill Foundation. So I've read Think and Grow Rich, like the normal version, but I wanted the version for women because what are we doing in 2020, girls? We are getting in our bag and we are staying in it. So I'm really looking forward to kickstarting the new year by reading that. It's going to be a big motivation for me to finish Boundaries, which I'm currently reading. Everything I've mentioned, by the way, that I can find will be linked down below. And then last but by no means least, favourites. I'm loving these rings from Primark. Somebody asked about them in the comments of my last video. They're from Primark. You can probably find something similar on like Amazon, but I just love a little midi ring. I don't know, it just kind of dresses up my fingers a little bit, and who doesn't love that? And then the final gift was this beautiful, beautiful scent diffuser, and this was from my lovely friend Karen, my bestie. One, it's beautiful just as a standalone piece. Two, it diffuses scents from it. So you take this off, you pop the water in here, and then you pop in your essential oils in there. And two, it lights up, so it puts on like a light display, so when you plug it in, there's a setting that you can put on and it just changes colour. And then it's got like loads of different settings on here, so you can have it on auto, which is just like a constant 1 hour, 3 hours, 5 hours, so that it switches itself off if you like fall asleep. So she also got me a gift pack of some essential oils. My favourite scent from the ones that she showed me was the eucalyptus, so I've got that one in here, lavender, orange sweet, patchouli and tea tree. Sleep has been something that I've struggled with yeah, this whole decade, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm trying to get into like a really good nighttime routine and just really relax myself before bedtime. So this, over the last couple of days, has been a really key part of that. So loving that. Yeah, I'm just going to put a little splash of colour on my nails, and I'm going to do this as I reflect on some of the things I'm grateful for this year. I'm grateful for my work experience. My CV has like really presented some amazing opportunities, like career opportunities. So I'm grateful that in this decade I've been able to be self-employed and contract and see what that's like. I'm grateful that I've been able to land permanent employment very easily. I'm grateful that I've kind of honed in on digital as my sort of main field of work. Grateful for the money that I've made and the things it's allowed me to do and all the places I've been able to travel to. In this last decade I've been able to see Miami, Vegas, Thailand, Barcelona, Uganda. I've travelled to some of the places that I've always dreamed of travelling to, and I'm so grateful for that. I've met some incredible people, particularly in this last year. Friendship groups, through YouTube, through just like the Ugandan community, meeting my boyfriend and getting to know some of his family, and then also my constants, Karen and her husband Lenny, and you know, becoming a godmum. Oh gosh, yeah, oh that was amazing this year. Getting to go to so many weddings and seeing that, you know, I think we get kind of caught up in the fact that yes, this is this new generation, there's not a lot of positive examples of Christians kind of doing the Christian thing, but I have seen a lot of that this year and I'm so grateful for that. I'm not trying to force anything in the next decade. Like, it has to come naturally and it has to feel good. Generally speaking, it has to feel good. Some things don't always feel good, but they are for the greater good. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my decision to take more of an active role in improving my mental health. And I've learnt so much about myself, and I've grown to really love myself in this last decade. Sorry, got to do that one again. I know who I am, but at the same time I know why I am the way I am, because of what I've been through and, you know, how I've grown and responded to things over the years. So yeah, I've really gotten to understand my journey and my story, and that there's obviously, this is not the end, but where we've ended up now is a space that I'm very comfortable in. That's what my nails look like. I'm happy to wrap up the end of the year where I am happy, healthy, surrounded by love. I have a roof over my head, and going into this next decade, I'm gonna own that roof. And I have seen my growth into the kind of woman I always dreamed of being, and I would say that that's probably the thing that I'm most grateful for in this last decade. Yeah, I think it's been nice to sit down and take stock of everything, because I sometimes you underestimate exactly what you've managed to do, and I do not take any of it for granted, and I can only hope that if the next year improves by miles, that I can still be grounded and still be humbled by some of the things that don't cost as much but that still bring me joy. So I still want to keep doing YouTube. I want to grow in the next decade. Growth is absolutely what we're doing. We're keeping the passion alive. I think you can do both. Thank you so much for sticking with me in this last decade, even though I joined you 4 years in. Look forward to Style with Substance at new heights in this next decade and the next year, and look forward to connecting with you all as we continue on in this thing called life. Love you guys so much, really appreciate you always. Shout out to Jules, she's a long time subscriber of my channel, and she's just a lovely soul. Sorry, I thought I had to squeeze that in quickly. And I will see you guys in 2020. Let's bloody get it.